Live from New York City. You've got the real Tony Cohen here with Mike Melvin over there in sunny Manchester, England. How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, great, Tony. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Do you like my shirt? It's apt, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm keeping it on for a while.
Please, yeah. Not one of those shows again.
That's the other channel. What's going on in Manchester? I know you guys are busy over there. So there's people watching this. So what I think we'll do is just get straight into it. And the whole purpose of this, I can't remember exactly as we've labeled it. Is it the step-by-step guide to hosting a wine and wrinkle party? Is that the label for this?
Yeah, something like that. Like I say, we've been getting lots of interest on our wineandwrinklesparties.com. People wanting to host a party or wanting to attend one. But the biggest question I've been getting is, oh, what do I do at a party? How do I host it? So it's like, okay, I've gone through some details with people and thought, oh, it'll be easy enough just to put a webinar together to show people exactly what works and what doesn't work for them then. So, I don't know. So that's the we'll set some messages here about the links. Cool.
Everything good?
Yeah. Just some people just jumping on watching. That was all.
Okay. Yeah, there's people on already. So step-by-step guide. What I want to start with, I'm just reading here. It's the figure I've given here is $100 a day. Step-by-step guide to earning an extra $100 per day, and that could just as well be £100. It really doesn't make a big difference. I know one's worth more than the other. Now, where I've got that from, there's so much stuff out there that make thousands, make tens of thousands, and most of it to do it at that level becomes a very full-time job, or it becomes stuff that's not necessarily everyone can do. And I went to a very interesting, I won't call it a networking event. It was more to see a guy speak and to get some information. I know you're a big follower of Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
So I went to see him last night, and I met a whole bunch of really good people. And it kind of reminded me about parties I've been to in the past. I hate going to them because it always, people are there pitching products and this and that and the other. However, I don't mind going to parties when there's wine involved. And I find that's generally that's generally a common trait. So, I mean, the whole point of this is make it fun. But I met a guy there called Chris last night who does a lot with online stuff. And he came up with a really interesting quote. I'm reading it here. I can't remember it. That's how interesting it really was. If you can show someone how to consistently make $100 or £100 per day, every day, you'll make $1 million. So the whole purpose of that is not for me, it's not for you, it's a step-by-step guide. But first, let's figure out, most people could do with an extra 100 a day. And you can average that out over the week. It's not like you have to do these things every day, if you're doing one a week or whatever. But I want to talk about you, Mike. I'll try not to be too embarrassing, okay? You're looking good, man. You've lost a few pounds, I can see.
Yeah, like I say, I started using the products. What are we in now? Just over a month ago, I received everything. My first big batch of products that I ordered, which then was so everyone goes on about the Instantly Ageless, and I'll let you into some here. It's not even in my top 5 of the products that we do. It really isn't.
I think
people
products and turn this into a product pitch. I feel that is good for the party. So maybe we'll get back onto to that in itself. I was just complimenting you on how well you looked, but maybe you just bought.
Right. Yeah. No, I've probably lost. I've not weighed myself this week, but probably touching a stone now.
What's that in real? That's £14 for anyone not in England.
So yes,
14 pounds. Going. We're not here about so what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about very quickly is You and I met, how old are you now? 30 what? 37. So about 18 years ago. Correct?
Yeah, no, 20, yeah, about 18, 19 years ago.
That's the figure that I've got in my head, 19. No, 19. There or thereabouts. We met in England, and I had a business in England with a few partners, and you were working there as a rookie. Is that the word?
Yeah, you could say that. I didn't know anything.
Yeah. You know what? Some days I still think I don't know anything. But and essentially, I mean, it was a completely different business from this. It was knocking on doors. What I do know is, and I know I speak about this quite a lot, your best week, you told me, and I was quite surprised by this because we got out of contact for years, then we got back in contact through Facebook a few years ago, then we did something like this with something else. And when I asked you what your best week was, you told me it was
£12,000.
Yeah, I think you said 12,500, which roughly equates to about $20,000. And then you also told me that you were 19 when you had your £12,500 week, or your $20,000 week. That's $20,000 week when you were 19 years old. And you said you'd been working with us for months, not years, months.
Less than five, about 4.5 months, 5 months, I remember it was.
Okay. So, you know, going back to the original thing here is how to earn 100 a day. I'm guessing that you helped a whole bunch of people earn 100 a day and more.
Yeah. And that's where it come from. Then it was a big team effort.
Yeah.
I was leader of that team, and we had a cracking week, and everything fell into place.
So you know,
just a momentum. Then that's what it was. It started on no difference the week before. We just went out. We had a cracking Monday, and that just snowballed then for the rest of the week.
Cool. I mean, that's the way it works, and that's the way it works in most businesses. I mean, $20,000 a week is $1 million a year. And a lot of people don't even add it up like that. I mean, that business was based upon timing. We got in ahead of everybody else. We didn't listen to anybody else. We made the money, and we got out, sold the business. And you know, sometimes life is like that. You just got to see what's going on, and you've got to station yourself ahead of the curve. And I'll tell you right now, Mike, in that industry, I've trained, a lot of people, maybe close to 100,000, maybe close to 100,000. The percentage of them that actually make a living out of it is fairly minimal. And there's no secret about that. The secret of that industry is you've got to keep recruiting to get people to knock on doors. People get talked out of it by their friends and family before they even start. B, they're so scared to go up to a stranger's door and knock on it, they don't start. Or C, they get a tiny bit of rejection or get no results because they're still learning, and they just drop off quick. And you're smiling there because I know you've had that, and sometimes in the early days it gets frustrating. But my point here is, not everyone can do it. You've got to have a certain level of persistence. You've got to have a certain level of what I'm looking for here. You've got to be able to deal with rejection and all the rest of it. So it's a tough way to earn a living. And I did it for years. I trained people to do it for years. But that's not what we hear about. But irregardless, whatever it is, I maintain exactly what I learned last night in simple English. You can help someone earn 100 a day, you're going to make $1 million. Okay? You're not going to make $1 million overnight. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about, a long-term thing. When I say long-term, I'm not talking 50 years. I'm talking, 3 to 5 years. And this rolls on to here, what we're specifically talking about is holding parties. With hindsight now, would I have liked to hold more house parties when I was younger instead of going out knocking on doors in Canadian winters or Texan summers? Yes. Okay. If there was wine involved, I used to be in the water filter industry. I sold more water filters drunk than I sold sober, because I used to deal with the Italian community in Toronto, and the wine always came out. So I was maybe 25 years ago, maybe priming for this moment. I had the wine bit down. I just didn't have wrinkles back then. And You know, selling water filters was like a presentation in a house, and that's what we're going to talk about now, how to do a presentation in a house. The only difference is to do that, it would take an average person an hour and a half. So you'd have to learn and study for, you know, classroom for a week, and it was a full-time gig. And not everyone would do it. But one of the stories I was told, and it is from a guy called Zig Ziglar, who's no longer with us, but some people may know who are watching this. Zig Ziglar, who's a great sales trainer and speaker, was in the cookware industry. Now, when you're selling cookware, you have to do a house party. If it's just for the family or if they bring the friends round, you've basically got to cook a meal to show them how much better the cookware is. So this stuff has gone on for years. However, it's easier and easier and easier to do now. So also with the training, this video, people can watch it and 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 watch it till they learn it, and hopefully they get something out of it. Now, it evolved then. I don't know, Mary Kay was in the UK. Mary Kay Ash, who was actually a friend of Zig Ziglar. Mary Kay was renowned as the cosmetic company, and if you hit, you know, did so much business, you got a pink, here it was a pink Cadillac. So you see these pink Cadillacs and you automatically know they're Mary Kay people. But then you've got other businesses like Avon or Tupperware, which we take for granted now. We don't even buy the Tupperware label, but that was originally sold in house parties because it was something new. So people would actually have to demonstrate. Now, you know, I don't know enough about cosmetics to be able, listen, if I went into someone's house to demonstrate cosmetics and do a demonstration party, they would probably look like the Joker on Batman. I mean, I just wouldn't have a clue. I'm going to do something now for the first time on here. It's not makeup, okay, and I don't wear that, but it's something for the first time. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just completely blind here in front of the world. I'm liable, anything could happen. Okay, the one thing is, I've not brought the wine to this party. It's too early. So all these parties would go on, and people who got in at the right time would do very well out of it. And that's kind of where we're at right now. The main difference is, like you said, yeah, there's all kinds of products and all kinds of everything, but most of it's online and can be done with video. However, for the actual house party, I mean, I can send videos out all day. It doesn't mean anyone's watching them. For an actual house party, to make it fun, it could be a coffee morning, it could be a house party. We're sorting stuff out here now in New York, in art shows, in bars, in gyms, in all kinds of places. I mean, it's a free roll. Do what fits. But what I want to get at here is a lot of these things cost a lot of money to start. I mean, I was in the supplement business for 2 years, and I'd go to these parties, and it was about $1,500 to buy in. And, you know, so basically you're looking for a certain type of individual. What I also found out about the fitness business is very, very seasonal. You know, January the 1st, you're booming. August the 1st, you might as well sit on the beach. There's nothing going on. But I'd go to these things and I'd go, you know, try this for 3 days, come here, drink this shake. But there was nothing there that just goes, bam, gotcha. Look at this. There was nothing like that. And the nearest thing I can give you to this is when smartphones first came out in the UK. There was a boom and I was in on it. And all we would do, because people had never seen it before, is could be anywhere and just say, did you see last night's TV? Did you see last night's sport game? And show them on the screen. People had never seen a screen on a TV before. I mean, you know, some of people are laughing about that now, saying, how old are you? This was not that long ago. I want to say maybe 7, 8 years ago, somewhere around there. And they'd just basically say, wow, how can I get one? Well, we just fill out the paperwork and they get one delivered 2 days later. And it was shooting fish in a barrel. You show it and people go, wow. And we have something now that works like that. And I know you utilize it and I utilize it. It's this 2-minute video that's all over the place. What is it, about 9 million views it's had, this 2-minute video?
Yeah, something like I said, last time I put it up, it was up over 7 million. So, and that's a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, the way it's gone viral now, and with it being in, you know, different magazines, and it was in the Telegraph a couple of days ago in the UK. It's been in Vogue. Yeah, the Telegraph. A few magazines now have started showing it, and like the Telegraph, you know, highlight it in their beauty section on it compared to some other products. So we're doing like a comparison on it, and ours was the 2-minute job or the 12 months job on something else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it was in, I think it's Now magazine there. I mean, the big one is Vogue. I mean, that's just the big one. So it was in Vogue. I know we were on, and I don't watch TV, but I'm actually reading one of her books right now from the account. Susan Summers talks about, the fact now that anti-aging is the boom. 60 is the new 40. When I was growing up, 40-year-old people were kind of, even my dad was suit and tie and all the rest of it, and like you think of them as old people. And I was out in the park yesterday, and like this woman jogged past me. I think she was about 80. The ageless thing. I know a lot of people speak about this in these videos about living to 100, living to 120. I'm not going to go into a whole chromosome thing. I'm certainly not of that. What's the word I'm looking for? Knowledgeable enough on the subject, but it involves your telomerase, new discoveries. When I talk to doctors about this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not some weird and wonderful magic pill. This stuff exists, and it's now is affordable, and that is more the long term. So, excuse me. What we are now is we're in a category now that is in its infancy. And we do with selfies and celebrity culture and reality TV. Everyone, whether they realize it or not, myself included, we all want to look a little bit better, a little bit younger. I mean, there's not much makes you feel better when someone guesses your age wrong, which happens to me a lot, and I love it. Okay, it's when I get asked for ID. You're supposed to be, I know you're laughing, but if someone looks under 30, you're supposed to ask for ID. I take it as a massive compliment. I won't tell you exactly what I say to them. But, I mean, I don't. But I also know that I don't look as old as I am. And so, what we got now is something, the equivalent of the first video screen TV. I was in the early day boom of satellite TV in the UK. No one had one. All of a sudden, you've gone from 4 channels to 16. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? What do I do? Where do I sign up? Boom. Same when you and I worked together in the energy markets there. We were the first guys in. No one heard of it. So it's just all about timing. So what we've got on right now, it's not $5,000 for a kit. If you want to, a step-by-step guide to getting set up and running a business from home to make £100, $100, how much is the startup kit over there? The very first thing for your website.
It's £23.
£23. Is the tax on that?
No, that includes the tax.
Includes the tax. So in the US, it's just under $50, including everything, and it's all these other countries. I mean, how many countries are you running a business in now from your kitchen table?
6.
6. Damn, man. I thought I was doing well. You've got 4 going on. 5. Which 6 have you got going on?
UK, States, South Africa, Australia, Dubai, and China. I'm learning my Cantonese at the moment.
Where I'm live now, so I'm gonna bite my tongue. You got Dubai and China.
Yeah.
So we've got over 100 countries, haven't we?
114.
114. So 114 countries, mainly online. You don't actually have to physically send stuff to wherever. They buy online, gets drop shipped to them for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah, I got Australia, the States, the UK, South Africa, a whole bunch of other stuff supposed to be jumping on board, but we'll see. It'll come. And what's the magic here? How to earn 100 a day by doing that house party? I'll tell you right now, if you're watching this, Mike and I are not providing you wine. You have to buy that yourself. Don't buy the expensive stuff. It's coming out of your profit. However, it is a business expense. So What does someone need to do to get started? A, they need to get one of those kits. Okay. B, they need to get something to make some money off. Okay. And you know, the hook, the videos, the thing that leads people in, the house parties, the magic is these little boxes here. Now I know you guys keep selling out. Every time you order 10, you need 30. Every time you order 30 of these, you need, like the next day you need 50. They're always selling out. And you know, it's, I don't think either of us knew how fast this was going to go. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I got in this to help my son out. I had no intention of getting fully involved in this. And I think you told me something similar.
Yeah, mine was, I wanted to just, you know, get involved before it was launched in the UK, seeing a lot of people watching the video and wanting to get a hold of it, but it wasn't available. And just through my contacts in the States, I was able to get hold of, you know, 10 boxes. I'll just sell these 10 boxes, make a few quid, and that'll do. And then I'll just leave it be. I had no interest in beauty, you know, at all. And then it just clicked. It like the boxes just went out so quickly. As soon as I had people chasing me down the street, you know, shouting, you know, eye cream man, you know, with money, you know, because people had told them that's I've got hold of this Instantly Ageless.
Eye cream, that's somewhat different than what my son calls it. I do know that. So we'll get that one off the video. But it works.
So yeah, that's yeah, and that's how it is. And say you know, I've got 40 boxes now currently on order, you know, and no doubt, you know, before they come, I'll be getting more.
Yeah.
You know, orders again, because it is that you know, people want it. People are seeing it. They're seeing the video and saying, yeah, wow. It's first thing how quick it works, and two, how can I get some?
So let's talk about the nuts and bolts here. You pay £25, $50, just round it up, for basically a website, and that gets you discounts. Okay, which means, and I'll break this down. I'll try and do this as close as I can. Now, bear with me, guys. The figures are not, my phone keeps flashing. It goes nuts. The figures are not exact. So I also know the product is packaged slightly different. So a box like that here contains 50 sachets. In the UK, it contains 25 vials. Correct?
Yeah.
And it's the same price, give or take, and it's probably about the same amount. The vials you can reseal them, with the sachets you don't. And in a box, I pay, and I was trying to bounce this around. So I get this shipped into the States. It costs me $45 for 50, so less than $1 each. Retail is $75 for the 50. So it's about a 35% markup. And I think the equivalent figures over there is retail is about £50. Your cost is about 30, give or take.
Obviously, we pay VAT on ours, so it works out. It's £42 including VAT. The box as a reseller,
Okay.
and then yeah, £75 as a retail customer
per
box.
So it's no different than with the tax on.
No, not really. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The good old UK. Okay. So in that box, I don't even physically need a box. If I'm just running an online business, I don't need a box, because once I'm registered distributor, I get my own link. So anything online, I make that profit anyway. I make the difference. The magic is when that box gets opened for your income. Because once that box gets opened, I'm not allowed near sharp objects. I don't, you know what? I've never opened a box before, one of these. And you know why? I bet you do know why, don't you? Everything I've got is sold before I've even, it's pre-sold before I even get the box open. I do know there's a lady in the UK, in your city, she paid about, she got 2 boxes off me before it was open. And I think it translates to about $130, so maybe about £100. And I'm doing the math here. or Matt, as you say over there. And she was telling me how much she got back. So on about £100 investment, she got £500 back, give or take. So when the box is open, however you, the magic box, okay. So the box is open. I honestly have never opened a box before. I've never even seen these before. Okay, that's how they come, that's handy. So these come as 5 sachets, and yours come as 5 vials, yeah?
That's come as a little vial like that.
Right. And it says not labeled for individual sale, but once that box is open, they belong to you. You do what you want with them in the parties.
So they're not labeled. Obviously, the site is not labelled for individual sale because of the instructions are on the inside of the box.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no. So they're not allowed for individual sale. Just that they're not labelled. So
you know, if
you're giving these people, you need to give them instructions on how to use it. Now, most people, obviously, if they're there, they'll see the video, but then there's instructions online on the main web page.
Easy enough.
You know, even on the vials, the little individual vials, there's no instructions. You see.
Okay, so with these, to do a party, and we'll talk about how to get people into the party. To do a party, if you've got 2 people or 3 people there, okay, you put it on 2 or 3 people. If you've got 20 people there, you're not going to use 20 of these. Okay, A, it's going to take too long, and B, you're going to drink too much, and it's just, you know, it's basically, it's not a, we're not running General Motors here. It's one person sat in the kitchen or living room, or if they're not like in the New York City, the places here are small, so you just use a restaurant or a bar or a private room somewhere. So you do a demo on one person and the others can see it, even though we've got all this on. How long do these take to work?
Under 2 minutes, yeah.
Under 2 minutes. So I did have a face mask. I was going to take this on my face. Okay.
Right.
All right. I don't know if I should use that or not. I have never used one before. I don't know what it's going to look like. What I will say, so prep skin, small drop, instantly just a thin layer to targeted area. Remain expressionless for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Apply cosmetics as usual. Right, I'm not wearing anything. Okay. So, right. I think what I should do, I don't know how well you can see here. So I know these people made videos off their own phones, but I have a lot of scarring underneath there, all down here. I've got lines from working in Texas. I've got bags under my eyes, lines from working in Texas out in the sun all day without shades. And I've got scar tissue coming down here and here. I had an eventful youth. Let's leave it at that. Okay. I think I'm just going to put this on and see what happens.
Yeah, no. While you're doing that, then I'll run through some tips then with people, because I've had more use of it myself. I've been with more people. Did
I do it like Jim Carrey, like the mask?
I don't know. I've never seen that done before. No, people. You haven't both.
Got to do it then. If it's not been done before, we have to do it, Mike.
People will see the other eye then, and they'll see how different it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but I don't want it spillage. Oh my word! What am I even doing here? I have no idea. Okay, this is for anyone that wants to borrow the videotape. At least we'll get out of this. I probably right. This is possibly the most ridiculous training video I've ever done. I don't think anyone noticed. So talk me through, what do I do with this stuff?
Yeah, so obviously I'd say, you know, normally then you cleanse your face, you know, you'd
done all that.
You'd moisturize, and obviously with the sachets you've got there, this little strip, you just then, you know, slice it across the strip, pull it apart. With the vial, it's dead simple. You just twist the top off, and that's it. It's ready to go. And then when you're done, you turn it over and you put it back on.
I can only see out of one eye. So if there's blood all over the place, it means that my depth perception was off with this kitchen knife. Right.
So the amount you need,
yeah,
is, you know, and they do say that the smaller the better, you know, on it. Then I've used that same myself a few times. Yeah, right. But
right.
yeah, you know, yeah, rub it in your fingers so it's not in one big blob, and just then start dabbing it, you know, across your eyes, on the areas.
So I'm gonna do here and here and here. How much?
Right. So well, say so. Do it in stages then. So yeah, so do it under your eye first, and then just get another piece and do it on your forehead.
Little blob.
Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, yes, yeah. That's.
I just rub that under my eye. Yeah.
Put that, yeah, and up the side of your eye. That's probably too much just for under your eye. That now.
All right. So if I just do that here, this goes under here.
Yeah, and then start dabbing it and rubbing it.
All right. I can't see when.
Now you leave it moist. Don't rub it right in.
Right.
Because that's how it works, and it works then when it gets oxygenated.
I think I missed a bit. I can't see what I'm doing here at all.
That's probably why the two eyes might have been better.
Oh well.
But yeah. If people want to see a proper video on how to use it, go over to our Facebook page. There's plenty on there of professionals.
Yeah, professionals. Not a guy with a mask over his face. Okay. I just thought then, I've got this scar on my eyebrow. It's underneath my eyebrow. It's got hair all over it.
No, it works. Say people work on scars, on like chicken potholes. I've got one on my head, a chicken pothole. It works on that, on it then. So once you've applied it, you've left it a bit damp. Now it needs to dry. So the quickest thing is to dry it yourself. So you can either use your hand, create a bit of a fan.
Just stop talking a minute. I'm using this as a mirror here. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, you need to start getting it dry now. Because the quicker you can dry it, the better it works and the longer it lasts then.
Okay. I wish I'd thought about the fan thing before I started. Hang on, what have we got here? There we go. I've probably forgotten. I'm thinking I've forgotten bits all over, but whatever.
Yeah, you probably have. Keep now expressionless, yeah? And for 2 minutes while it dries, keep expressionless. You know, don't talk. Yeah, don't move your face. You know, don't laugh. On it, which can be hard. Yeah, just keep it wafting, and now you, after a few seconds, you'll now start feeling to get dry on your face. Can you feel it? Your thumbs up. You feel it? And that's what it does. And it's the pesticide now that's working inside of them. So yeah, if you keep wafting, you know, for a minute, the best things people have told me what to use is a little handheld fan, because again, the quicker it dries, the better it works, or a hairdryer on like a cold setting. On it then, yeah.
I don't have a hairdryer.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've got one of them, or you know, down to the local shop, the little fans that work really well to dry it quickly. You can feel it working, yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of tightening up a little bit. Is that right?
Yeah. That's what it'll do. Yeah, and that's basically what it's doing. So it's just regenerating your skin, just pulling it all together. You know, your scars, then that little there, you'll see in a few seconds. You know, they might not have gone completely, but they've certainly improved. And a couple of tips then that I've picked up then from other people then who've used this. The most common mistake people make is to put too much on.
I think I may have done that.
If you put too much on, or you don't like spread it out enough, it will leave a white residue then on your face.
Okay.
You know, on it then, which obviously then, you know, is easily cleaned off. But if you're putting makeup on and over it, it does then affect how your makeup then looks. Okay, so I always say to people when they get it for the first time, is try it out, you know, before you go out. You know, if you're using this for next Saturday night going out, you know, try it on a Friday night, yeah, and see what works for you. Make sure you don't put in too much on. Like you probably said there, you've not spread it out properly, so get a correct mirror, or get someone else to apply it for you on it then. And it is, what works for you might not work for me. There is slight differences and different tips and techniques what people have done that have worked for them, and one of them might suit you. So if it don't work the first time, it will work, no doubt about that. Just there might be a better way for you then. So have a look at the tips and that are on the Facebook page, on the websites, and just trial and error. Everyone's different.
Facebook.
So you probably washed it enough for now. How's it feeling now?
Yes, yeah. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. I've never done it before. So, shall we do the unveil?
Yeah, go on then. Let's see.
What's the name of this site? Oh yeah, www.reversetheagingprocess.org. Aging spelled AGING. Okay, this is perhaps the most ridiculous thing I've done.
Wow.
You know what? I can see that.
Yeah.
And this camera is not great, and I've put it on in a real hotspot.
So no, that you can really tell straight away. Just your bags under your eyes. If you can't see down the side of your face and your scarring, you might be able to see that better close up yourself.
You know what I should have done really? I should have took a picture before, but my scar will be back tomorrow anyway. So let me just do this. See how this works. Right, we there? I can't even see what I'm doing here at all.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah, take it sideways, close up.
Okay, that's a terrible picture. I should actually be looking at the camera, not at you. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. No, I can see definitely that thing there. I mean, this is. I don't know if it's the camera or on my Mac here. Yes, there's a little bit of residue there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the most common place, because what people do is they rub it and then they rub it out and they stop. Yeah. And where they stop is normally where the residue then is left.
Here's a tip for anyone watching: don't do it with one eye masked up, because you've absolutely got no clue of what you're doing. Just an observation. So you've got someone.
Yeah, back to the party then. So obviously, if you're doing this on someone else, it's a lot easier then. Yeah, to do it. Now, obviously, it can work on all parts of the face. So people obviously use it under their eyes. They use it here in the middle. Where when they get a line down. Some people use it on the forehead with the wrinkles on there. Works in on the jowls here. Some older people then.
I'm going to look at my own picture again. I'm impressed.
And also then on the neck. Yeah, if you've got a sagging neck, it'll work on the neck. So it'll work on all. It works on all parts of your body. I've seen people use it on their stomach stretch marks. So yeah.
The tiger stripe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. Why can't I take a picture of myself that doesn't look like I'm drunk?
Stop looking at the. Look at the camera. Look at the camera, not the picture.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one now. It looks like I've had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I say so.
I'm going to get someone else to do a proper one. So
yeah.
In the live situation in the house, okay, you're not putting it on yourself. You're putting it on someone else. Number one. Number two, like you say, practice it. Okay. So from there, when people only my thoughts on this is do it exactly like this. Only put it on one half of your face. Now, like self-conscious now that those have gone. Now I've got all these other scars here. I missed these ones. They're showing up more. Yeah, do it on half.
Doing that the half face then lets people then see, without having to use a picture of the before and after. So obviously, you can see in obviously some people do have different sides of the face anyway, but you can normally tell, if you've got bags on one eye, you'll have bags on both. So you can tell just by looking at someone that it's how well it's worked. Yeah. Someone said to me, give them one eye for free and then charge them for the other eye. That is a way of doing it. But
I had an idea about that. They were doing these shows in the shopping mall there, and I had an idea about that, but you know what? It's not right, is it?
No. So obviously you've got family and friends round for the party. So they demo it on someone. Do one eye first so everyone can see. Make sure you take the before and after pictures. But then obviously do it on the other eye so they can walk out looking then as 10 years younger.
Looking as good as
not 5 years younger in one eye like that.
So here's a thought. Okay, So the nuts and bolts of this, that splits up. That whole box cost me, I don't know, whatever it was, 45, maybe a couple of dollars more. You're going to use a couple of these when you're demoing. The feedback from this.
So one vial, on the vial side, which is what we get in the UK, not the sachets. A vial's 0.5 mil and a sachet's 0.3 mil. So we do get more. We get probably about 4 applications out of a vial, whereas you get about 2.
I think, you know what, I guess it also depends on the individual as well. You know, if it's just one little thing there. What I would say is, you know, who do you choose? You know, there's 20 people in the room. Who do you choose? Is, you know, I know I told you before, I said I think it's a good idea for everyone to throw the car keys in the bowl. And you looked at me like I had some other idea going on. Okay?
I thought that was one of your other parties, yeah.
You've been to other parties where people throw car keys in the bowl, and we'll save that for another live event. Okay, you can do on your own. I don't know about that one. So you literally could do first people to get there, first 3 people to do the demo on them, or you know, it's up to the individual on this. But what I would say is like not getting in the habit of just doing a demo on everyone. At that point, someone has to be prepared to take action. So when you can see the difference, holy crap. When you can see the difference, that's the time to take action. Not I'll call you back tomorrow, not and give them the option. Okay, it's whatever. Listen, people choose whatever price they want. I'm going with 5 of them for $20, which means I get from 50 that turns into 200 in the parties. If they want to buy full boxes, okay, I really don't want to sell full boxes like this. If they want to buy full boxes, my suggestion is get them to buy them online, unless they absolutely, you know, insist that they need it right away. And again, I play with it. If they want to, you know, want full boxes and I need to give them 1 or 2 of these for a day or 2, it's up to the individual. When they get full boxes, make sure that they understand that by auto shipping, they're never going to run out. They're always going to have it. I know you do something over there where you've got people that actually go and they do the parties and, you know, if for whatever reason it's not working out for them, you do a buyback, don't you? Like, that's you personally. Do a buyback on products.
Yeah, so you know, I do like a guarantee then, just because I know that the parties work. So I give them for the J kit and the bot, and if they don't sell out the party, send me what's left, and send me the kit then back, and I'll give them the money back. You know, I've not had one returned.
Okay.
Granted, we've only just started doing the parties.
Yeah.
But if someone does it right and holds the party, get at least 5 people there. You know, we're not having a party for 1 or a party for 2. You know, you really want to, you know, obviously your venue then will determine how many people you can invite. But, you know, typically if you invite 20 people, you know, 10 will say they'll come in and 5 of them will turn up, you know, on it then. So
good point, yeah. When you invite 20, even if 20 say they come in, 20 won't show up. So it's not something to get disheartened about. If you only invite 3, you're going to struggle. So, you know, how do we go about parties? And this is the next thing. How do I get 20 people? I don't know 20 people. I'll tell you this right now. Okay. Most people will see this on Facebook. You know 20 people. Okay.
And it's that, you know 20 people. You don't know 20 people. You know 5 people who definitely come. Well, yeah. Tell them 5 people to bring along the friend from work. You know, bring along the sister.
Well, I've seen people doing this on the grandparents, doing it on the mothers, the fathers. Not just for women. It's for you know. Well, obviously.
And I put up a video today. I don't know if you've seen it on my page. But obviously, this was a big, you know, about old people. You know, people, you know, over the age of 35 are the typical people when we use this. There was a girl today who was in her 20s,
yeah,
who put this on, and yeah, you know what young people do nowadays with their bodies, they abuse them a lot more than what we used to do. But yeah, you know, this girl, this girl, she had real bad bags under both eyes. She said it was genetic. I was like, genetic? What? That you went out, you know, 7 nights on the run, and then get until 3 in the morning? That's not genetic. But yeah, girl, she was in her early 20s and using it, and that's actually in the Botox industry. that age group, the early 20s, is the biggest growth group.
I posted some figures about this. I think it's the year 2018. It's something like, I might be slightly out on the figures, but it's something like they expect the revenues from Botox alone, not anti-aging, Botox alone, to be 6.9 billion. 66% of people don't realize they're having toxins injected into their face, which is what it is. And you know, it's just nuts. I know there's a lady over there. She had some. I'm not going to name her, but I know she'd suffered a bit, and she had some scarring on her face, and it cleaned right up. She may be watching this right now, so I'm not going to name her. Something else I'll say there. This video is going to go out there, and it will be out there forever and a day. So that buyback thing, just make it clear. You know, from this end as well, we'll do the same thing in, you know, certainly in New York. It's not going to last forever. There's going to be a point at which, you know.
Yeah, no, it was just, you know,
started.
It was to get people started, to prove to them that it works, and that was my guarantee. So yeah, I'm not going to offer it forever. Some of the deals and that I've done already, there were intro deals. You know, prices are going to go up. People are going to start making more money on this. You know, so yeah, prices will change on it. Then as it gets more popular, like you say, the press we've had, you know, this week alone, you know, has been, you know, tremendous. In the, say, 2 days ago, it was in the Telegraph. Last week, I'd sold some to Now magazine. There was another paper article, I forget which one it was. It was put in. So it's out there. You know, people are getting it. It's only been in the UK now since late April.
Okay.
You know, so we're at this stage now. 4 weeks we've had it. You know, so I've sold out, you know, within weeks of getting it. So I've got more now on order, and it is now, yeah, the people who have parties first, you know, will be the ones then that will have people who've not seen it or have seen it online and want to try some, but have not been able to buy it because it's brand new. So yeah, the quicker people get in and having the parties, and the best thing about parties, you're not there selling it. You don't have to sit there and what we're talking about pitching it all to your family and friends. Is you just show them the 2-minute video, which is online. You'll get it in the package then once you sign up to the wineandwrinkleparty.com. You'll get it in your package, the video, show people the video, then you do your demo, and that's it. And then go and party, you know. Well, and that's it then. I do have to then give all
those Victoria's Secrets parties they used to have. I don't know if they still do. You would probably know more about this than me.
I've not been invited to one recently, so.
I do know people used to love going to them. Or is it Ann Summers? Have I got it wrong?
Ann Summers, then, yeah.
We don't need to. How do you know that, by the way? It doesn't. I don't need to know. Okay. Yeah, whatever. But I know people used to just love going to them for the party thing. You know, so it's just make it fun, have fun. You know, if you're let's use a couple of examples here. I mean, you're a guy like me that predominantly you've got outside interests, which you do your football thing, I do my self-defense thing, where you're coaching, I'm coaching, but everything else is run from literally from a kitchen table. But I'm finding there's no target market for people who do this. I've had many people jump on board because they want to, you know, they're you know, they may be a little bit entrepreneurial, or they've got a job and they want something, a hobby for their wives. I've got lots of single moms or stay-at-home moms, and you know, that's ideal. It's like you say, over 30. And by the way, I don't class over 35 as old people. Just you might do, I don't. All right. And you know, how do you get people in? Just talk to anyone, but don't pitch them on it. Listen, I'm having a wine and wrinkle party at the house. Do you want to come? The wine's on me. What's the catch? Well, the catch is you might look 10 years younger when you come out, or you might see someone else. Do I have to buy anything? No. You don't even need to drink wine. Well, I want to drink wine. Okay, so come. It's not, you know, it's not, we have this Wonder Bread, blah, 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 blah. It's not, you don't want to talk about it. Just come have a party. And I can't honestly think of a way I would rather earn money than, you know, having parties with wine.
And it's that you can make these complicated, and that's, you know, the key word there is it's a party, it's not a pitch.
Mm.
You could then, like I mentioned earlier on about some of the other products, if you start going into all them and start going to the science behind it all, people switch off. They've come to see the miracle cream, you know what's going on, and they want to do that, and then, you know, speak to them afterwards. Then, you know, or arrange that, you know, all the videos are all online. You know, don't let them sit through, you know, a 2-hour presentation on everything that goes on in the company. It's no, just do a quick demo, and then, yeah, okay, have your boxes there. Who wants to buy in strips? You know, 5, 10, 15, 20 boxes.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I know your challenge over there is that it's growing so fast. This is why I was suggesting to some people, you know, right now when we're filming this, it's high demand for it. So you don't want to be, as you're building something, you don't need to be investing loads and loads of money. Someone can start off, you know, it's whatever, what do we say, 25 or 25 pounds, $50 there or thereabouts. As soon as you get that, buy a couple of boxes, whether it's off someone like you or me direct or off their own site, and they can go from there. It's simple enough. So, you know, you can be in business for whatever, $100. And what I would say, just on that one, you know, I've done this before where I've got people to people's houses, you know, for parties, and the supplement thing was you'd all sit there and watch this video and watch some guys speak for 15 minutes. You know, inevitably it was some white guy with a suit and tie, and I'm just like, oh, you know what, I'm not even interested. And I'm bringing friends there, and I'm actually embarrassed about it. Looking back at it now, but I think that's how I was taught. That's how you meant to do it, and it just didn't gel with me. Whereas this, it's just nonchalant. It's just take it or leave it. You know, it doesn't matter. Don't ever take it personal. If someone comes to a party, it's not for them. It's not for them. Did you have a good time at the party? Yeah, great. Still friends. So, you know, let's. I don't know how long we've been on here. I should have really actually looked at the clock. But what I would say, a couple of things just to wrap it, is if someone's, you know, thinking, I don't know how to get people to a party, and you know what, they're creating that themselves. Okay, it's just easy to do now, whether it's through social media, through your phone, through the school run. You can put a flyer in your corner store newsagent window. You could do whatever you want. You know, there's
we've got on our site then, the wineandwrinkleparties.com. You know, if they're hosting a party, that'll be placed up on there. So if people then are looking in their area for a party, you know, might be a stranger then to you, whether you want them to come, you know, you can say if you do or you don't. But we can advertise your party within our Facebook groups, on our pages. There's plenty of places that, you know, you can find. If you can't get 20 people, phone me or Tony, you know, and we'll show you then how to get 20 people to come to a party.
I put something out yesterday. It took me 15 minutes to get a message in front of 50,000 people just through different groups. So, you know, if someone's wherever you are in the world and you don't think you've got anyone, you know, Mike and I would love to help you. And I think we should pretty much wrap it on that. Have you got any last thoughts, Mike?
No, it's that, you know, and say just go and enjoy your party. You know, quick. You know, don't turn it into a presentation. It's not a pitch. Just have it quickly and then get on with partying. And then obviously, if it's people you don't know, make sure you have everyone's details so then you can follow them up afterwards, then to become, you know, further customers down the line.
Okay, cool. One last thing I would say, it's a question that came up this week. Someone actually asked me, well, what if someone in the party wants to become a distributor? Well, you know what? Let them be a distributor. It doesn't affect you, you know, because if you've done that, basically, then I won't use the term management role, but along those things, is, you know, you're going to help them, you're going to make some money off them. But, you know, that's for another day. It's not for now. But if someone wants to go that route, you know, if you're in wherever, I'm just trying to think of somewhere, London, and you've got 10 friends scattered all over London that can't get to your party all the time, you know, let your friends have the parties. It's all done through you. It's not just me and Mike. This, you know, we're all working together on this, and I think we'll just wrap it at that one. So, what's the websites again? How does someone get hold of you, Mike?
Obviously, they can find out about the parties on www.wineandwrinkle.com. wineandwrinkleparties.com. The link will be underneath the YouTube video later on. You can find us on Facebook, Mike Melvin 88, or yourself, then the real Tony Cohen. Or yeah, you know, just reach out to us, ask us any questions. You know, be nice guys. And if I've got a party near me, make sure you invite me as well.
Oh yeah, it's important about the wine. Don't we have a group as well, don't we? What's that? Is it called Wine and Wrinkle Global Parties or something? That's a Facebook one.
Something like that. So we'll put all the links in the bottom of the YouTube video.
Right.
So when people are coming back, they can see them and click on them in there.
I know mine. So you know, if you're watching this, get back to whoever invited you to this party video. That's get back to whoever it is, because it doesn't matter if it's not me or Mike. If someone else is utilizing this video, okay, thank you so much. Spread the word, get it out there. That's about all I got. I need to go have some wine and a party. Okay, and
that's it.
Don't wear the mask, guys. You can get hold of me, Tony Cohen. Type it in Facebook. I'm always on top. That came out wrong. Type it in Facebook. It's there. Okay, and guys, if you're watching this, thanks for listening. If you're watching on video, I wish you well wherever you are. From Mike Melvin in Manchester, England, and the real Tony Cohen in New York City. Have yourself a wonderful day, guys. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye now.